Good day in gratitude, family. This is Face the Nation with Bolden Unchained. Yeah, my voice is very strained tonight. For real. It is very strained tonight. Honey, I don't know what I drove through. But I know if I see some fog or anything that look like fog, I will be busting a U-turn. Sure will. So I got my water and I got my tea. But other than the little the irritation right here and the stress of it, I feel fine. But yeah, I have noticed. So I got me some tea, and then I got some water over here too. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I was late. I had to pay some ad something other. This is Bolden Unchained. Bolden Unchained. Good day. Good day in gratitude, family. This is Face the Nation with Bolden Unchained. Well, I just want to say I'm glad I don't have any voice. You know how they got the voice activated devices? Honey, because it wouldn't even recognize my voice. I wouldn't be able to get in shit because it wouldn't be able to recognize my voice. So we're going to probably keep this short tonight. This is, I'm Face the Nation on Bolden Unchained. We're here to assist Black America and Black media with the uncovering and the critiquing. We're critiquing the self-hate of Black America. We're critiquing the trauma that Black America has endured and tolerated, still being subjected to. Because we have a problem within our collective. And Bolden Unchained is here to assist Black America and Black media exactly about that. We're not here to bash other people, to seek vengeance on other people, but we are here to let other people know that their time is up for catching a free ride off of what's going on with Black America. All these agendas, the operations, the events, the plots, the plans. It's so many projects, y'all. I'm telling you, it is so many. The effort against Black America, it's the main thing. That's the main and only thing that's running white supremacy, racism. This whole system is running because it's running on Black folks. Everything is. And it's being revealed today. It's being revealed today. And see, it didn't have to be like this. But see, we have an open enemy that we done just flat out fell in love with, can't be without, because we so traumatized. And that's been our downfall, Black America. We can't stay up under our open enemy. I know I can't be the only one of us that's knowing that we losing our mind. Black America, we can't do it no more. We need to get out from under white America. We ain't never got out from under him. After Tulsa, after our Black Wall Streets. After our Black Wall Streets, we have not been able to get away from white America. Everything we do, wherever we go, whatever we say. And now it's time for us to go, Black America. We're in another awakening. Everything that happened to our ancestors, and we don't know half of it. And what little bit we do know, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it because it's going to upset white folk. They're going to get mad at us. We ain't going to have the peace because they ain't going to have the comfort. But let me ask you this, Black America. What peace do we have now? What peace of mind do Black America have right now? Because the way I see things, with my glasses and without them, we ain't got no peace. We don't have no peace. We cannot best assured. Because I'm trying to quit saying rest assured. Rest what? We can't rest. We can't stop. We can't do nothing but meditate. And we better, have some rhythm to that. Because this the end. And everybody been in on it, Black America. Everybody in on it. I don't understand why everybody don't know they finna get some of this oppression too. You getting it too. Everybody finna get some of this oppression. Sure will. Martin Luther King wasn't talking to us. See, Martin Luther King said injustice against one is injustice against all. Everybody thought he was talking to us, Black America. But he wasn't talking to us. He was talking to them. But see, since white America done fooled us, done treated us like, stepchildren and stuff, just misled us. All of them did. We need to just do for ourselves, Black America, and be for ourselves. But yeah, let's get the business out the way so we can get about our ancestors' business. Bolden Unchained is here to assist Black America and Black media in uncovering and exploring. We're going to face the many agendas, projects, operations, events, codes, laws, acts, compromises. So many compromises, y'all. Kansas, Nebraska Act. Compromise of 1850. All kind of sabotages against Black America. And we didn't even know it. We ain't even knowed it. We ain't known half of nothing that's been placed to monitor us, to infiltrate us. But now we do. What we going to do now, Black America? What are we going to do now? Oh, let me get this part right here because you already know how it's going to be. Yeah. Copyright disclaimer. Under 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. The fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. You should be doing it too. We all got to tell our own stories. Why everybody else telling our stories but us? The first book we read, Man Summer, it was by a white man, and he got the documentary. We watched the documentary. Now it's time for us to tell our own stories to our children. Our babies need to know what went on. Because it's still going on. Because see, little as quiet as it's kept, white folks won't tell Sabrina about all of this. White folks won't tell Sabrina about all this, but they'll tell Karen. They'll tell Ken about all of this right here. Because see, Karen and Ken is just like them. So when Sabrina go out and meet a guy, a Black guy that she liked, and like him and take him home, everybody knowing, we knew Sabrina was different. But Sabrina done brought this boy home, but times is different. It ain't like the family gonna snap out. It ain't like the family gonna drool. Times is different. And they tried to get along and let Sabrina have a boyfriend and get married and have a few babies. But ain't nobody told. Sabrina didn't tell the boyfriend, don't go nowhere with Karen motherfucking ass and don't go nowhere with Ken. See, that's what we in, Black America. That's the situation we in. We want to have a relationship. We want to be with garden snakes. I don't know. I just woke up too. Shit. We at the end of this anyway. So, just follow me. Mentally. Just see where I'm going with this. Cause don't try to follow me nowhere, because I'm going about black folks. That's my mission. That's my mission right there. And I don't want you to get there where I'm going with my people. And then be like, we done came all the way. We're here with your ass. We done followed you for years, listening to you. And you come here talking about black people, because I want you to know right here, right now, our first and final concern is Black America's well-being, welfare, and Black America's peace of mind, our sanity. That's why Bolden Unchained is here. Don't get it twisted, because we ain't here to harm nobody. We are peaceful people. After all of this, we still peaceful. Now, it is some of us that probably want to kick some ass. Don't you think about bringing your ass to the barbecue. To the cookout. Because you know what the barbecue was. They ass was literally roasting black men. Capturing them. Killing them, then throwing their body on the spigot, I think it was called. I think that was in the Underground Railroad. We're going to read that too. The whole thing is everybody is in danger. Mankind and humanity is in danger. We all in danger. But see, the goal, the focus has always been the hatred of Black America. The hatred of the black man. That's why ain't nobody gave a damn about what the people that be is doing. Because everybody too busy. Yeah, let's hate on black people. Can't stand they motherfucking ass. Well, we just pretending. Yeah, we just pretending that we all part of them. But they just don't know. We learning everything about them. We stealing everything about them. They just don't know. Them people that be, they ain't forgot. They still want them. They still on them. And when they get them, we going to be dancing like them. We going to be built like them. We going to be thinking like them. We going to have they swag. See, this whole new outfit, this whole new setup, it's surreal, because it ain't like life. A futuristic world with autonomous cars and robot dogs and the humanoid robots, people with chips opening up doors and shit. All of that is surreal. It's fake. The real agenda for all of that, coupled with all of the other issues, the big picture. See, like this right here. This what it's like. You see Black Jesus. Because if anybody come back, it's black people. Quit letting these people lie to y'all. You see this picture right here, Black Jesus. And all of these different scenarios, and there's other scenarios too that we can't see, but this right here is just for the sake of what I'm trying to say and stuff. That's how it is. It's not just one focus. It's got different, aspects, elements, routes, avenues, gifts, insights, silver linings, however you want to say it. It ain't just one focus. We just looking at one thing. We just look at one thing. Black America just look at one thing. Is white America comfortable with it? Is white America comfortable? That's it. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, my ancestors. This is the Colfax Massacre. Yeah. I was looking at, and we're going to watch it. The 100 years, the metal mask. When these people put that metal mask on our ancestors and made them wear it, I think they had to wear that metal mask for 100 years to break to break their language, to break our natural language. See, this is not our natural language. This language is a motherfucking curse to black people. Not to other people, though. This language ain't no curse to other people. Understand that. See, that's where we go wrong with everything. Because Black America, we're of the impression that everybody get the same treatment, that everybody is equal, and we know everybody don't get the same treatment, especially here. But I don't know, maybe we thinking about, as far as heaven. But that's a lie. But anyway, we under this illusion that everything is the same. We all say good morning. We all say bless you. And it means the same thing, but no, it don't, not for us. It's different for us. See, we have been through the fire. We've had a Holocaust. I'm going to leave that Holocaust right there because, I do be making a point with it. And the very fact that this Holocaust has literally stripped away every level of love that was bestowed on us, that was given to us. It's so deep, y'all. It's so deep. I wish I could explain it to us. I really do. Because Black America, that's the key. We are the key. Our people, we can't even imagine what they supply in this book. And white people put it in books. They wasn't lying when they said put it in a book. Black people won't read it. They was not lying. They put it in every book they could. Y'all, it's so many books out there. I want a library. I want a real library. I'm a teacher now. I'm finna teach. I want y'all to come on, other teachers who know math, because I need help with math. I need help too. See? So yeah, let's help each other. Let's read. Let's see why we against each other. Where is this self-hate at? Because I know where it started at. That's why I started right here. If we had time, I would have went back to when they first started capturing, when they first started acquiring, Black people, African people, they were looking for people to till the land. And then, they tried the Indians, but the Indians wasn't going, they'll shoot an arrow on your ass. I think they tried some poor white people too. But then they feel like, no, we can't do that to poor white people. They ours. And I don't know. I guess somebody traveled somewhere and seen Black people, Africans. And then they were like, yep, we can get them. And then that's how it started and stuff. But it was already people over here because, see, I can imagine. I can believe it. Hell, I can look at a map and see that the continents was together at one time. If you look at it, you can see that all the continents was together at one time. So I can believe that Black people left. Black people was all over the continent. Black people was the first people on the planet. The cosmos birthed. I don't know if it sneezed, burped, farted. I don't know what it did. Sneeze, I don't know. Cough. But it birthed the Black man, the Black woman, and the Black child. The parents of people. That's who we are. That's who they are. The parents of people. Our ancestors. Everybody come from Black people. Everybody ought to be ashamed of themselves too. See, Black America, y'all got to quit being like y'all the guilty ones. Because everybody done set Black America up. Everybody done led us to this point right here. This point in time. where we hate each other. Everybody done led us to this point in time where we hate each other for all the love. Yeah, we had some blame in it too. You know we enjoyed every bit of hell we caused. Because secretly we feel like, damn it, why the fuck we gotta be the ones always rolled on by everybody? So yeah, a lot of us, we done enjoyed the hell we done raised. Because we can't strike out at those that we really want to. We couldn't tell them how we really feel about y'all motherfucking asses. And now they got the nerve to want to tell us how they feel about us because Donald Trump is in office. Oh, black people, I couldn't wait to tell you I can't stand y'all asses. And we can't wait to tell y'all motherfucking asses, get the hell away from us. We leaving. Just like Pap said. Benjamin Pap Singleton in Tennessee took out Walker telling black people, come on, let's go. We going to Kansas. We going west. And they went west. A lot of them couldn't handle the winters there, and they were starving and freezing. So some of them went back down south. Quite a few of them where they knew what it was, how to survive, and who to fucking avoid. But yeah, black people, we was always fighting back. You know, but this self-hate, we can't get around it no other way. And we know what it is. Everybody else know what it is too. We at this critical point in time. Ooh, we better be glad. Yeah, I'm gonna go get something a little stronger than this tea. Because we got a lot of reading to do. We got so much reading and learning to do. But everybody know where we've been led to. We've been so misled and we ain't seen nothing. Everybody know we traumatized. Everybody know we can't critically think. They know we ain't really got no strong focus of attention. So Black America, it's okay to look at everybody and be like, so what the fuck? Have we been mingling, marrying, just bonding and just going at it together, going through life together, when ain't none of y'all motherfuckers been sincere with us? What was it all for? It's just a game? Is it just a game? But that's what Baba Dick Gregory said. It's just a game to everybody, because we ain't got no friends. Dr. John Henry Clark said we ain't got no friends. Ain't nobody been our friends. Dr. Claude Anderson said this is a race, and everybody's trying to win for them. Poor black people. So-called black people. The people that gave life, birth to everybody. Half of the people over here ain't even supposed to be here. But yeah, you over here raising all kind of white hell. Yep. If folks didn't know no better and everybody had on blindfolds, you know, everybody think all the murder and the chaos is white because everybody living by the white man's standards, by everything. Neely Fuller said white supremacy is controlling everything all across the board. And it is. It is, true enough. And we living our life all across the board, everything according to the white man's standard. How the white woman is. Right down to the hair. Poor Black America just don't know. I know it takes some time to get through the trauma that we done experienced. I know all them centuries of being broken and beaten and lynched and just, I can't even explain it sometimes, but we gonna read about it tonight. I know we need hope. I don't want to take that away from Black people. We don't want to take that away from Black people. I'm here to help Black media. I'm here to help Black America. I want you to see where the fuck the self-hate come from. Who taught you to hate yourself? Why come you ain't got nothing? Don't look at me and talk about me like I'm the one that's causing trouble. I'm the division, because faith ain't dividing nothing. All I'm saying is you got to make a decision. You got to choose. And honey, when you choose where you're supposed to be, it ain't no division. That's that, and this is this. I don't care. Make that make sense. Because this whole illusion of inclusion don't make no sense to me, and I just woke up myself. But now we got to think about something. Something bound to make sense. Sooner or later, Black America. And the way it's making sense to me at this point, and I'm just beginning. I just got here. I ain't got but a few videos on here because I've been walking a long way around. I don't need to go with nobody to do nothing to get where I'm going. My ancestors gonna tell me exactly what I need to do as soon as I call on them. And that's what I did. So yeah, I'm just getting here. And this is my first and final focus. It ain't everybody else. All I got to say about everybody else is we ain't trying to hurt you or harm you. Matter of fact, we will help you. You need something, we'll give it to you. Because we ain't never been no anti-life people. Hell, we the parent of all people. We are literally the parent of all people on this planet. And then to let this whole entire, I don't know, even know what to call it, setup, sabotage, go down and stuff, y'all. What could this really be? What is this? What is this? Against our ancestors? Manifest destiny. I don't know why I thought about manifest destiny. Just come in, this ain't working. This ain't working at all. What we gonna do is and change the whole setup. Whole outfit changed. Everything color-coded. Like somebody done came in and just took it over. And that shit is done. It's done. Yeah. We ain't wanted to make the decision. Black America, we ain't wanted to make this decision. We've been waiting. We've been waiting patiently. We've been tolerating. We've been building and mingling and marrying and hating on ourselves, making white America feel like, yeah, our plan is working just like we wanted to. We've been hurting each other. We've been taking each other out. We've been the worst that we've ever been on each other, trying to make white America feel like, yeah, we finally can relax and trust and love y'all, Black people. So yeah, we doing all of this and stuff, but what white America is really thinking is, yeah, when we get you back this time, it won't be no running through the wilderness. It won't be no underground railroad. It won't be no broke away at Christmas time. Because, baby, it's finna be everything, monitoring everything that moves that's got Black in it. That melanin level go over one drop. Everything. I claim it, ancestors. Spirit come through. That melanin level go over one drop. Everything gonna be honing in on you. Everything from the drones to the cars, to the flying cars, to the robot dogs. Then you're gonna see Sophia the robot running down the street and stuff. And when it grab hold of you, you can't get away because it's a robot. The whole scenario finna change. Y'all, it's going to be like, you know that thing that you flip the script and the whole page change? That's what it's finna be like and stuff. Yeah, because when we stepped off of them plantations with nothing into this plantation right here, because that's really what it is. Now we finna step into another one. Well, that one gonna be futuristic. That one finna be futuristic. Yep. Right out. Right down to the sun. Pretty soon they gonna put them artificial suns up. I guess they gonna have 6 of them to block the sun. Now, we might be like Blade, you know. It'd be so dark and stuff. I don't know. Hell, you tell me. Because some of y'all done read this. Some of y'all know Black America. And y'all done went along, done cooned along. Because, honey, if I knew about this, I'd have been no said it. We'd have been reading. We would have been reading about this, honey, if I knew. So don't act like, oh, now you want to do something. No, this should have been talked about with Black America. This should have never been stopped being discussed. When did we have the time to stop? When were they ever peaceful to Black America and sincere to Black America that we just give up on our ancestors, our heroes, our inventors, our scientists? We got scholars, experts that know more about everything. Because see, this whole divineness belongs to, it came from Black America, the harmonizer of it all. Can't nobody harmonize this but the one that the cosmos ordained to be the parent of this planet. Now, everybody got their smooth machinations, or however you say it, running so smooth and efficient, you can't even hear it coming. Can't even hear it coming. Might sneak up on you, take everybody, shit. Kidnap everybody. Ain't nobody seen nothing, heard nothing. The door opening and the little robotic arm just reached out and grabbed your own in. Know who to get, because it's all synced to get after that one drop of melanin. That's like the sickle. That's like the sickle. We in another awakening. Black America in another awakening. Again. I'm like, oh, my ancestors. When? How? I thought everything was all right. Go to show you for all the fighting everybody doing. They ain't doing too much. They ain't doing too much. Because, honey, everybody's supposed to be out there more than mainstream media is. And while we still into mainstream media, they the main ones. Today, the mainstream media we uphold today, they the main ones, honey. Back then, oh, baby, they were telling everything. Such and such white lady was beat, assaulted, raped, killed. Slave man, freed man is being hunted. It's going to be a lynching in 5 days. That gave enough time for white folks to saddle up. For one man, we come to lynch one man. That 100,000 lynching, it was so many people there. It must have been that tree with all of them people hanging on them, ancestors hanging on them and stuff. It's just cruel. We can't even imagine, but we're going to know because it happened. It happened. And we ain't healed from it. We have not healed from it, Black America. I don't care what nobody say. And if you do care, then you need to go on over there with them. Go on over there with them. And matter of fact, you can tell them why you there. Yeah, we don't want to be over there with face. No, we don't want to look at that. You sure don't. You don't want to look at it because you can't read it. You can't stand it. You can't talk about it. So, okay, you better not go around your white friend. Oh, yeah, I've been reading about, racial violence in Kentucky and stuff. And what happened? They're going to tell you, shut that shit up over here. We ain't talking about that. But I bet you one thing, they ain't going to tell these people to stop talking about their Holocaust. They're not going to tell them to shut up. They ain't going to tell them to shut up. They're going to just tell black people to shut up. You shut your mouth. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that no more. That's over. That's a long time ago. Ain't nobody took on John Brown's legacy. White folks didn't. White America. White America right here. Y'all didn't take on John Brown's legacy. All of the wars that Black America fought and won for y'all. All of the sacrifices, the contributions that my ancestors did. They're still working today. So, yeah, it's time for Black America to do for Black America. Yeah, it ain't finna be no, let's all work together and save each other and stuff. No, it ain't finna be that no more. No, you're going to have to earn that. And if my people say no, we ain't reconciling nothing. We're going to reconcile with each other, then I support them. I sure do. We should have been no left y'all asses. You've been showing us, telling us, riding the law down on us. Can't get in, can't get out. Can't lay down, can't stand up. Can't breathe, can't drive. Black folk can't do nothing. White America, y'all up our asses. Just riding us. And for what? We ain't got nothing. You made sure of that. We ain't got no self-esteem. We ain't got nothing. But we got them, baby. Yes, honey, and that's all we need. So you keep on building. You keep on building your futuristic world, honey. Because when the ancestors, cosmic energy, when Mother Gaia open up and swallow all them damn caves and shit, y'all asses need to be in them. When Mother Gaia and cosmic earth and cosmic energy decide that they done with this foolishness and they going back to the beginning. Let's start this whole thing over again with us. For make sure y'all asses ain't birthed no more. No more. You can bet you that. And yeah, this may be all we got. Our ancestors might be all we got, but baby, that's all we need. Because that's all we came here with. That's all we came here with. See, we didn't come here with this fanciful idea. Let's kill all the animals. Let's cut down all the trees. Just kill all the animals and build up prisons. Kill all the animals, build up big buildings. And, and let's take the chosen people and enslave them. In the marine life. Oh, let's get off in the marine. Let's get in the marine life. Let's kill all of the marine life. Let's go into the jungles. Let's kill all of them too. Ooh, get the tusk. Let's get the tusk. Let's make belts. Let's make hats, shoes. Set black babies on a little log so the alligator can get them. Buy some alligator shoes. Make some alligator shoes. All of this evilness. Well, you Black America, you think it just left? Black America, you really think all this evilness, and this just one book, think it just left. Just like that. But then you look around you don't see nothing. You don't see nothing of the big picture. You don't see now scenario. No hypothetical situation. No coincidence. Nothing that's ironic. Something like deja vu. Black America don't see none of that. All we see is white America. just forgiving white America. And then none of white America take on John Brown legacy. Even after black men came home from them wars, white America didn't take on no John Brown legacy. Everybody acted like at first, oh, we so happy, everybody home from the war and stuff, and we won the war. Honey, they seen them black men at that parade, came down the street with their medals on and them ribbons, the awards and stuff. They was prestigious awards too, honey. We reading about it at lunchtime, noontime. Honey, they was the most prestigious awards. And then America done created 3 awards, medals that they would give to they the highest that the United States had made for their soldiers. And after 3 awards was 100, they stopped doing it. But other countries took it up and they gave their troops. I think they still give their troops, the special awards and stuff. But America, oh, motherfucking ass. I said they must have been 3 black men. It must have been 3 black men that won the 3 prestigious awards, the highest awards in the United States. In the United States service, the United States said, nah, we ain't doing that no more. I hope they started back doing it. I mean, hell, at some age, at some point in time, you got to say, okay, let me try it again. Yeah, I fucked up with that right there. Let me make it right. Let me do better. You know better, you do better. Ain't that what they say? But see, white America just ain't sincere. Just ain't sincere with black America. No. And then with Trump in there and stuff, they literally done told black America what's really to come. Because make America great again. What did we think it was talking about? This greatness right here. They ain't talking about this greatness. They talking about this greatness. See, this greatness had to happen because of this greatness that they want to happen. You see? Yeah. Right. So yeah, black America, we got a decision to make. We like at a crossroad. At a crossroad. Which way is you gonna go? Now you can go back over there if you want to, but you're gonna stay there. You can stay with white America if you want to. You can think it's a conspiracy theory. You can think that, everybody lying. This will never happen again. It say it in the book that if the situation is set up properly, history can repeat itself. It's being set up right now. It's being set up right now as we speak. Black America, you in another awakening. My people, we in another awakening. Yep. Who playing possum? Get your ass up. Shit. Yep. I don't know how many times we're going to have to go through an awakening. This the second one that I know of. Now, is it another awakening? I mean, is it another awakening? Because so much been hidden. Ain't nobody saying nothing. No word or no whisper or nothing. Everybody act like it's just okay. But see, Black America, that's because don't nobody want you to heal. Black America, everybody don't want you to heal. They just want you to fade away so they can act like they you. They done got everything. Yet finally, if we could just get rid of black people now, if we could just exterminate them, get their numbers down so low, you won't hardly even know they still exist. I know, right? Ain't that fucked up? That's the fucked it up shit I ever heard. But it's true. What else could it be? See, we just got to think. That ain't no crazier than some of the shit that other folks be thinking of. I mean, shit, hell, I ain't never had to think like this and try to reason. What is this? What does this mean? Where does this come from? What is this? I ain't never had to exercise my brain like that. Now, granted, yeah, I did drop out of high school. I did not walk across no stage. But you don't need no education per se to use your common sense. You don't need no degree to think and get yourself out of bag. Shit, rip a hole in the paper bag, shit, and walk out. But I'm saying that to say we don't need all that education to do this, to critique, to comment, to teach each other, to research what the hell happened. Because don't nobody know where I want to know. Don't nobody want to know where our self-hate come from. Everybody just like, oh, black people so incorrigible. Oh, they're miscreants. You know, oh, we can't stand black people. We hate niggas. Oh, why was they ever free? You know, somebody going to propose reinstating slavery. Watch and see. Watch and see a motherfucker propose reinstating slavery. The son of a bitches. And society motherfucking ass will let it happen. So yeah, we ain't got nothing but our ancestors. So take all that bullshit off. Take all that bullshit off. Because it don't impress our ancestors. It's actually stopping us from receiving the love, from giving the love back to our ancestors. This is the key. As long as we stay in this bullshit mindset, this European mindset, to keep white people comfortable and safe so they don't have to worry. They don't have to think about none of this. And hell, ain't nobody even talking about hurting they motherfucking asses. Ain't nobody even said nothing more than reparations. Pay us our reparations. I don't hear a whole lot of people saying shit. We want to get the fuck away from y'all asses. I'm one that's saying it. I have heard a few, you know, and I'm one that's saying it too. Cause shit here, see, the thing about it, Black America, is white folks' kids is letting us know what they doing. They still doing the shit. They still doing it. Y'all motherfucking ass is the one. No, they done changed. They not like that. I don't know where little Johnny learning that from. You know, he never called her that before and stuff. That's because they told his ass not to. See, we got to think, Black America. We got to start thinking. Think, people, think. We so misled. Everybody's staring us, y'all. Everybody's staring our motherfucking ass but us. That's why we ain't got nothing, Black America. We ain't got nothing. And people down here in society with us, not the higher ups, not the people that be, not your celebrities and your singers and your rappers with they sabotaging asses because they done misled y'all too. They asses know that the music they putting out, because then we just learned about it. Music, what singing do to your body. Singing, it heals your body. Singing make you 25% happier. At least 25% happy. If your ass don't put a song in your heart, Black America, then ain't we been learning about our musicians, Marianne Anderson? We know some of my favorite music. Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's my mama music. I love my mama music, honey. That good feeling music. All these musicians and rappers and shit, they know what they've been doing. They know hell, they changed the music up to go along with the agenda, with the narrative, to break Black America. If they didn't know, they did know. They just went along with it. Everybody want to go along with it. So yeah, we're going to have to leave some of our asses behind and leave them behind. And when they tell you now, and you tell them, don't bring that shit in my house. Don't bring your fucking music in here. Don't bring it in my car. Don't bring it in my presence. And then, oh, I'm bringing this in, Mom. And playing all that bullshit. Leave their ass outside. Leave their asses outside. If you want to stay with this bullshit, stay with it. But Black America, we got to start saying, not no more. You can't come around no more with that bullshit. That's over and done with. This is a new day. And I know it's going to hurt because we hard-headed. But we got to do it for the future of our generations. We got to do it. Who else going to do it? You mean to tell me, Black America, you're going to let these people put you back in slavery again to do it? Put you back in slavery to do it. I mean, shit, I think. I'm just saying. Hell, every damn thing. Everything about black folks shit. Hell, y'all ass the one act like it ain't. Oh no, it ain't nothing about black people. Only black people thinking it's about black people. And yes, the hell it is. Yeah, everybody got their little goals, their little achievements, their strategies and stuff for this and that and that. But look under it. Look under it real good. Look back a little bit. Don't just go a little bit. And see where the hell it's going to lead you to. Don't nobody want us to have nothing. Everybody done took a little bit. Everybody done took a little bit of the parent people of the planet. Black people, the so-called black people. Everybody done took a little bit. That's because everybody feel like shit here. We can imitate now. We can imitate now, but little do motherfuckers know. Just like the bees. Get rid of black folks and watch the whole sun blow up. Watch the whole sun blow up. Motherfuckers ain't gonna last a fortnight. For real. So, better stop playing. If anybody come back, it's gonna be the ancestors. Anybody come back here, it's gonna be the ancestors. So, black people, all I'm saying is I know you need hope. But honey, as long as you've been having that false hope, that fake hope, that white hope, ain't nothing never happened for you. Ain't nothing never happened for you, and ain't nothing ever gonna happen for you. Because just like the language, that Jesus too, he for them. He for them. That white Jesus that's on everybody's wall, that's who you think about when you say the name. Now, I just learned that it's like 4,200 religions, I think. Look it up. But, I've been hearing about Yahweh and Yahushua. I think I'm saying it right. And it's one more. Oh, Allah, different names. So, black people, you do have options. You ain't got to just stick with, the same old narrative and stuff, But I think different, I don't even give cosmic energy a name, But you can if you want to. But I'm just saying, when we hear the word Jesus, now I know y'all don't see the black man. Stop lying, Black America. Especially Black America in the South. I know you got a white Jesus on your wall. How many of us got a black Jesus? See, that's why Simeon Toko gonna come back and kick all y'all asses. And he coming back with others too. You're so ready, so willing to believe in what the white man say. Black Americans got to be what the white man say. If white man don't say it, I don't believe it. Don't tell me nothing somebody say. I don't believe it. I don't want to hear nothing nobody else say. Don't put it in no book. I don't want to hear it on no recording. I don't want no child to say it. It don't need to be on TV. And that's our downfall. Because the white man, he the one hid this. Yes. Hid everything that he did and put it in a book to hide it. Put it in a book to hide it. Now, ain't that insulting? You know, we get it that we couldn't read. You know, the things they did when they found a black child, y'all, learning to read. 5 years old, 6 years old. It's just natural to want to learn to read. You see a book with the pictures, you know, the people on the front, they happy, laughing. Some people might be eating in a car, whatever. It's a book. It's natural to pick up a book and look through it and smile, you know, and look at the faces and stuff. But for them motherfuckers to see the black baby with a book and just unleash such rage on them babies. Who was it? Soldier of Truth? It was Harriet Tubman. When she was a little girl and they rented her out when she was like 5 years old. And she went with the first lady to be her servant and clean for her and stuff. But she didn't know how to dust. Didn't nobody tell her how to dust. They just took her to the missus and told her, here's your slave. And she told her dust. And she was just a little girl and she was dusting, but the dust was resettling. And the lady was just slapping her and yanking about her and just throwing her down, the little bitty girl. And then making her rock the baby. And she was falling asleep herself. And the baby started crying. Then they come in there and start beating. I think it was Harriet Tubman. I was Soldier the Truth. We're going to find that book too. We're going to read that book too. That does not go away. I can see one person could change from, you know, if they have the empathy and the thoughtfulness and the remorse, you know. I think one person could change, but a whole collective, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, a whole states, generations. It can't change. It can't change. No, it's got to be sincere. It's got to be sincere. It can't be no fake change. No, we're going to do this and do that and just, you know, leave that alone. No, that don't work. Not for Black America. We can't accept that. Not no more. We can't accept that no more. You know, I don't want us to be disheartened though. You know, because I know Midnight with the Ancestors, this ain't no joke. I mean, Midnight with the Ancestors, that's how it ended up. Midnight with the Ancestors, and this is what it is. You know, it went from Red Summer to racial violence in Kentucky, 1865 to 1940, and now we're on racial violence in the United States. You know, Midnight with the Ancestors is different. But Black America, somebody need to help us find out, why do we have this intense self-hatred with each other? Why do we have this, if I see you on sight, don't you look at me? Why do we have this intense need, this intense desire to unleash feelings that ain't even naturally ours, that's been projected on us through our indoctrination, our brainwashing, our lack of interest in ourselves? See, that leaves us vulnerable for white America, hell, and everybody else too. Because everybody else ain't our friends either. Everybody else ain't straight up told us, you know, man, y'all need to get the fuck away from white folks. Why the fuck y'all still fucking with them white folks, knowing what they did to y'all? But yeah, since we ain't did nothing and nobody ain't told us, they kind of like, you know, well, hell, we gonna get in where we fit in, then shit, hell, pay us too, shit. We moving our businesses in their communities, fuck them. So we ain't got no motherfucking friends out here. We got. Those of us, we ain't got to ban their ass. You can't come to the cookout either. Shit, you can't come Karen and Ken either. Yep. Ken folk, Ken and Karen cannot come to our cookout. Allegedly 2025. Everything. Black America, everything. Yeah, they can't come. Everything finna change. This is it right here. The ancestors is ready. They've been waiting on us. You know, they've been waiting on us. They've been waiting for us to tell our stories. We give credit, you know, to the white people, the European people and other people that, you know, that write the books, you know, and they publish the books and they got some movies out. It's a lot of videos on YouTube. We be watching videos and stuff, you know, and we give them credit. We thank them. You know, I thank all of them. I'm glad you put it in a book. I'm glad you wrote it and published this book, Alan D. Grimshaw. Because I'm going to read it and I asked the ancestors to give me one just like it so I can put it in my personal library. So Black America, yeah, start your library. Go out and start getting your books. That's what we're doing. Turn off that damn TV and shit. And I want to say before we get started that Black America, we watch 10 hours of TV. 10 hours of TV. That's too much. That's too much. Now, I know you might be on bounce watching A Different World and some Good Times and, you know, our shows, The Huxtables, maybe Rock, you know, Living Single. And, you know, it's fine to watch some of them. And that's okay to watch some of our shows and stuff because they never should have took them away from us. You know, they never should have took our shows away from us. But see, that's part of the whole diabolical scheme too. You know, but I said that to say that we need to do other things. We need to start reading. If you're going to be watching TV, hell, go look at some history. We need to start looking at history because I tell you, for me personally, the chronological order, I don't know if I can get it. I'm trying though, you know, but that chronological order, man, I know that's going to be a challenge for me, but we can do it, Black America. We got to do it. And, you know, it's joyful. It gives you a joy, you know, when you learn about our ancestors, when we learn about them. Oh, my ancestors, I'm not even going to get started because our show will be up here all night. Yeah. And, you know, I'm just trying to get through this reading. We'll be back tomorrow at lunchtime, you know, but Black America, it's our time. We're in a new awakening. We in a new awakening. And everybody know it but us. I don't know. Have other people told us that we're in an awakening, a new awakening? Because I know I'm not the first one. Hell, I just made it here to tell us what ain't nobody want us to know. Nope. Ain't nobody want us to know and stuff. See, we got to tell us. Yes, some people up there might know, you know, education is different in different areas now. Some schools did teach and educate about some things that happened. I won't say they went so far as to tell the deeper, to go in depth about some of the things and stuff. But some places didn't teach a damn thing. And right today, they ain't teaching our children nothing. Because they said that ain't their responsibility to teach our children. And then Malcolm X told us. So shit, let's not be a dummy and a fool. You know, we got to start teaching them too. And we know one thing. White America do not want our babies learning about our heroes. They don't want our babies learning about Robert Purvis. They don't want our babies, Robert Smalls, the one that stole the ship. They made him drive that, they made him learn how to pilot that Confederate ship called the Planter. And he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to be here piloting no ship that's finna go kill black people and people that's fighting for freedom for black people, but they made him do it. And he did it. But he knew the first chance he was getting, they finna steal that ship. And him and the whole crew, honey, they stole the whole ship. See, white America don't want our babies learning about this. They don't want our babies learning about Henry Box Brown. So creative, the man nailed himself in a box and mailed himself to freedom. They don't want them knowing about that. Ellen Clark and her husband. What was her husband's name? William. William and Ellen Clark. She pretended like she was a white lady because she could pass and wrapped her arm up and act like she was, ill. She couldn't talk and stuff. And he was her slave. And they got to freedom. All of the black scientists. Benjamin Banneker designed one of our major cities. Yep. Charles Drew did his thing with plasma. And they used the plasma in the war. One of the wars. But then they wouldn't let them use the plasma for the black troops. I read that in something else. Don't quote it, though, because I ain't never seen it again. But it said that they wouldn't use his invention. Oh, it was to learn to save the plasma longer so that they can use it in a medical emergency. But they wouldn't let them use the plasma for black troops. And he took his invention and left. I don't know if they kept it or what, but he left. And, I don't know. It was a long time ago when I read that. But they don't want our babies knowing these things. They don't want our babies knowing how magnificent, how marvelous, how cosmic, so magical. The same way the cosmos just birthed a star, that's the way black people are. That's the way black people are. I promise you, I feel like the cosmos birthed black people. It just manifested as black people. I don't know how it did it. If I find out, I'll let y'all know. And that's what we do. We birth stars, not just our babies. Everything we touch, we dominate. We can take a little of something and just make it into a masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah, make a 7-course meal out of 3 or 4 items, ingredients. Just magical. Just by our thoughts and stuff. But we ain't even got our natural frame of mind to even have natural thoughts that's in tune with our cosmic abilities. Because we do have abilities that's above and beyond what we used to. Above and beyond what other people have. Other people is not the parent of peoples. Black America, black people. Black people are the parent of people. That's the superiority. But do we act like we superior than other people? Nope. Do black people act like they the best above other people? No, we don't. But the cosmos did that. The cosmos divined black people with that legacy, that life. Let's read. Because, like I was saying earlier and stuff, I'm not going to browbeat y'all, Black America. No, we just going to have to get to the point where, we finna leave some folks behind. Some skin folks don't want to stay behind, and we're going to leave them. We're going to leave them behind because we ain't got time. We do not have time. We got to try to save our future generations. We got to try to teach our babies, our children, with this man in office, white America is really showing themselves. They really showing themselves. And a lot of other people that's here now, and they treating us like white people, Everybody got this white mindset, and that's how they treat us. Like white people treat us. And the whole thing about it is everybody's in motherfucking danger. I mean, shit, we out here, these motherfuckers is poking us with shit and tampering with food. I got a thing over there right now. You better look at your fruit before you eat it. You better see if it's number 4, 6, 8, 3 before you eat it. Yeah, you better look at that sticker and see if it appeal. You know, I mean, it's fucked up for real. You know, and everybody act like ain't nothing really happening and stuff. You know, I don't know. Have y'all even passed an autonomous car? I seen one time, you know, and it couldn't get over the pothole for a few minutes, but eventually it did. But yeah, it was going. Yeah, and I was like, well, have a good day, and yeah, you gonna get in, but you gonna get in by yourself, cause face ain't getting them nothing. I walk where I'm going. Do you hear me? I will walk wherever I'm going. Sure will, honey. All of this just crazy though, ain't it? And then, you know, the drones and stuff, they're going to be recording y'all too. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be flying overhead and stuff. It's going to be really fucked up. Because ain't none of it pro-life. All of it is anti-life. That right there goes to show you we different. We're different. Mankind and humanity. Everybody in danger. Regardless of that, everybody in danger because nobody wanted to stand up for humanity. Because it was the black man. Because humanity is hue, color. Humanity is the black man, the melanated race. That one drop, nobody wanted to stand up and put a stop to it because everybody know there's got to be somebody. Got to be somebody. So we not finna take on John Brown's mentality. No, we is not finna take on John Brown's mentality. We gonna hang his ass too. And that's what they did to people like him. They hung them too. Yep, they hung them too. They didn't drag them through the town and, you know, yank their bodies apart with horses. Because there was that one, I read one story where they put the horses on the arms and just pulled them. Just poor brothers. You know. But they did kill white people for being nigger lovers. For trying to help niggas escape. You know. And trying to keep them safe. Being on the Underground Railroad. You know. Get a white person killed and stuff. You know. Because they felt like, you know, how you going to be on their side? How you going to be on their side and not be on our side? To do things like that. Oh, he cut off like he was right outside, didn't he? Down the street. Yeah. Well, he cut off like he was outside because he usually go by. But yeah, Black America, we're in another awakening. And won't nobody tell us nothing. Cause we didn't know. Nope. I don't know. I guess y'all thought everything was all right too, huh? I know I did. Yep, I sure did. I didn't know that, you know, the lynchings was still going on. You know, we got our black media. See, we got to start listening to our black media. I know you like your judge shows. And Maury ass is old as hell. Them shows was a long time ago. Shit, I mean, for real. And, you know, the Waltons and Opie. You know, what's the name of that show? Andy Griffith, you know. And Green Acres, you know, all of that bullshit. Want to sit up and watch westerns and shit. If it ain't Billy Pinkett, ain't that his name? The Black Cowboy. Hell no, don't put that shit on my TV. We not finna look at it. all day. Look at this all day. Black America, we got to make fundamental changes. I'm going to write this down too. We got to make some significant changes. Yeah, Black America, we got to make some significant changes. We are in an extreme crisis here. And, the same way, I think that, our ancestors built like the Black Wall Street, built it up like overnight. Once we set our mind to it, we knew that's what we had to do. We did it, and we did it together. And I think it's got to be the same way right here. Together, we can change our mindset. We can tune ourselves in to where we are focused in on Black America. All across the board, and we know what we're doing because we're doing it intentionally. We're doing it with and for us. But it's going to take an effort. I know we don't want to sit up and look at Dick Gregory for hours. But I promise you, you listen to Dick Gregory one time, you'll be having them on every day of the week. And then you go to someone that you go to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. You listen to her. You go to Neely Fuller, you listen to him. Go to John Henry Clark, and you listen to him. And you build up Black America. But it takes time. But once you start, you ain't going to want no motherfucking white media no more. Unless you going on there to see what's up with the weather. Now sometimes I might turn to white media to see what they telling white folks, because they do tell white folks what's going on. But not hardly, because here white folks ain't nothing but a pawn too. Yep. And it's my opinion that white folks thought they were going to always be safe, and that they wasn't going to ever get, be like niggers. Don't get us like Black people, and look at them now. These folks don't give a damn about them either. That's why mankind at stake too. Now everybody wants, Black America, we need y'all to wake up. They really need us to save them. Everybody really need Black America to wake up and save them. Save the world. Save the planet. Save the pets of the planet. Because see, Black America, to save yourself, a people that survive this, what is that? A people that survive this. These people right here can save the whole planet, the whole world. This is the magic of life. This is the key of life. Your ancestors, not nobody else's. The parent of all people. Where's the faith? Ain't that what you've been learning all this time? Oh, but it only works for white people. You can't have faith in yourself, in your own people, who survived all of this trauma, and still, Black people still got a peace of mind. Some of us do. To at least say, hey, something ain't right. Because when you look out at the masses, it look like everybody done lost their motherfucking minds. Their minds turn into mush because they refuse to see what must be seen. They living in this illusion of inclusion. You can't tell them nothing. They don't want to remember nobody, talk about nobody, give thanks to nobody. And it's costing us our psyche. It's finally costing us our mentality, Black America, because we ain't never used it after the massacres, the race riots, after all them massacres, and it looked like seemingly we just gave up. All right, white America, we give up shit. We just give up. We'll let y'all just do everything. We'll just be here. Y'all build up everything and we'll just be here. Instead of saying, you know what, y'all motherfuckers ain't never gonna change, and we leaving. We didn't do that. We got whole towns. I didn't know either. Whole cities. White people done drowned them out, done flooded them. They still got the town hall, the salon, the barber shop. Yeah, the towns is still erect. Underwater. Underwater. Black America. I don't want to be the one. I do not want to be the one. I ain't putting no sugar on this. I know that. We gonna get it like it is. But I don't want to be the one that have to, start the slapping. I just want you to know that when the ancestors come back, because somebody is coming back. Yep. You better know who he is. Honey, when Khalid Muhammad show himself, you better know who he is. And the rest of them too. That's all I want to say. Because you had time. Black America, we've had time. We ain't did nothing because we too weird about white America. Let's keep white America calm. Nope. Just keep white America calm. Don't you say nothing, face. We happy now. We safe now. Everybody together. We got all these kids together and stuff. And that don't stop nothing either, because a kid don't even keep a man at home, a husband at home. What make us think because we got kids with white folks that they gonna stop being like they been? They stopped being like they were to us in the book. It said Kentucky stopped being like this because they wanted the rest of the world, the rest of the country, to look at Kentucky like a nice, safe place where you could come and live, raise your family, build a life. That's the only reason why they said, hey, you got to stop lynching black folks. Don't you drag another black body down this street behind your truck. You better not skin no black person alive or you going to be charged with a crime. And white folks was mad as hell. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me we won't be able to lynch black men? I can't attach him to my truck and drive him through the whole town. White people was pissed about it. And the only reason they stopped doing it was so they could go underground with it and continue doing it. But they had to satisfy that crave. Because white people just had to have the body. We just got to have them black bodies. I don't know. It just make me think that they just want to ravage it. Just eat on it before you just drag it away. Like somebody to a pound of meat. And dogs or alligators, some animal that just will eat it. It's on it. All of them on it. And you dragging it real slow. And they just own it. And you start dragging it a little faster. And they still own it and pulling at it and stuff. That's how they want them black bodies. It's in the books. It's in the books. I'm not making it up. I am not making it up. Ain't nobody tell me how it seems to me when I'm reading it right here. You read it and let's see what you think it say. Now watch you coming along talking about, no, it seemed to me like they holding the meat up and the dogs is grabbing at it. They still ravaging it. It's still being ravaged. But I digress. Yeah, because I don't want to, make us feel like, oh, so that's what we finna do, face. That's what we finna do, huh? No, we got to get through the hurt. And nobody said it's going to be easy or quiet. Or we just going to read silently. Yeah, and then they took, the importation of Negro labor in this country began in the lynching and just dragging his body and pulling the skin. And that's what happened. No, it ain't gonna be no stoicness in here. It ain't finna be no docile, timid. At least be loyal to the ancestors when we about them and their business. At least be loyal to them or take your ass somewhere else. Everybody else talking about something. It ain't hard to decide whose side you on. This the division right here. This is the division. They ain't divided nothing. I'm not dividing nothing. This is the division. Get that straight. Black America ain't deserved none of this. Black America thought everybody was sincere. Hell, we didn't know everybody in on it. Got our skin folks in on it. And they own, oh, so happy. Oh, give me my pillow to lay on. Just to get a lap of luxury. Give me my pillow. I want velvet. Put a tuft in it. To forsake your ancestors. And I kind of feel like that old white man that was celebrating his 89th birthday. And he told the black man when he, hey, happy birthday. You must have a lot of memories. And he told the black man, oh, I sure do. Times was different then, but we used to, all of us, used to leave the black babies. When we get to the scene, it could be an accident, a fire, a drowning in a lake, whatever. And we see that it's black babies and black people. We say we couldn't get in that house that was on fire. We couldn't get in. And he said it was one baby in particular. He made eye-to-eye contact with that black baby. And his motherfucking ass walked out and left that baby in that fire. It's on YouTube. It was on TikTok, but I seen it on YouTube. And he been having nightmares about that baby ever since. This man was 89 years old. He's still alive. And brother said that his whole life he knew, he thought, in reason, that the police and lawyers and judges, they asses, we know they asses racist. But a fireman, to leave you burning in a fire that they know will incinerate you. Am I missing something? Because it seemed to me like if you know that a fire, you a grown man, got to wear a fire protection suit. You got to have the mask on to even breathe. You got to have the ear things on to hear who coming so y'all can communicate. But you would choose to leave an innocent baby or injured person, somebody screaming, crying, coughing, begging for help, and you just leave them there because you know they black. And now see, this right here is fucked up enough. But this right here is like, 100 years ago and stuff. That right there, that man, 89 years old. 89 years old. That was like, what, in the 1960s, I guess? I don't know. When was it, y'all? Not very, very long ago. And this wasn't either. That right there just goes to show you that, yeah, they ain't never changed. White America, you ain't never changed. You ain't never changed. You just told each other how to hide it. How to hide it. Let's make them think that we're not the same like we used to be. But let's get their numbers down. Let's exterminate them because we still trying to exterminate them and, with the genocide. And then we can be black people. We know everything about them. We done studied them. We done learned them. We can imitate them to the T. But see, cosmic energy not going to let that bullshit happen. See, that's what white America, the people that be. White America and the people that be. Everybody, that's what y'all don't bank on. You don't understand. You put so much faith in man. Man done built this, man done built that. Yep, sure did. And cosmic energy finna build too. Sure will finna build up on that ass. Cause it's finna be paid back for what was done to God's people. Y'all don't want to put him in a box and call them God. Yeshua, Yahweh, Allah. I don't know what the other people call him and stuff, but yep. Now it's all finna come around the show wheels, honey. For black people, for black America. Yep. And all because, America did what she did. And everybody helped her. Yep. Everybody helped her. This is bigger than America, though, because all over the world, black people been treated. White people done taught the whole world how to treat black people. And the world been doing it. All of y'all been doing it. So, yeah, when cosmic energy hands out that punishment, everybody's finna get some motherfucking oppression. Show Wills, how you like it now? How you like it now? And I'm going to say it right now. When cosmic energy, when the sun come down and start shooting them solar flares at y'all asses, don't stand behind me, white America. Don't get behind me. Not face. No. Because sure as the sun is my energy, the sun is my battery. It's going to be some flares shooting out of me right at that ass. Don't get behind me. Sure don't, honey. It ain't no trust where I'm at for y'all. No, you ain't showed me nothing. And I just got here. So everybody else that's been here, that's been knowing about all of this, I don't know whose side y'all on, but you better decide. You better decide, and you better decide quick, honey, because we at the end right about now. Yep, let me see where we at and stuff. I think we was on 2. Why do I have this in here? I did find a bookmark. Yeah. Oh, we did read the period of slave insurrections and resistance. Remember, that was 1640 to 1861. American Negro slave rights, the early plots and rebellions. We read that. The Turner Cataclysm, Nat Turner. Remember, we read that. Oh, maybe that was the last. Civil War and Reconstruction. Did we read that? 1861 to 1877. Labor competition and the New York draft. Northern labor and Negro during the Civil War. I think we'll go, I think we'll start there. New York's bloodiest week. I think we'll go back to Civil War and Reconstruction because it is 3. Yeah, that's where we at, because this here was about Nat Turner. Civil War and Reconstruction, 1861 to 1877. And this here is Racial Violence in the United States. And it's edited by Alan D. Grimshaw. During the Civil War and the decade that followed it, 3 new varieties of collective violence reflecting membership in racial categories emerged. Towards the end of the war, black troops with white officers were increasingly used by the federal forces. Not all of these troops were used solely in support, though such was generally the case until almost the end of World War II. During the Civil War, also, large-scale racial violence occurred for the first time in the North. After the war, there emerged a variety of vigilante groups, ball knobbers. See, we read that about the ball knobbers and some other, I didn't know it was that many KKK groups. There was the Black Legion and the Ghost and the Pirates. You know, I mean, it was, yeah. I thought it was just the KKK, but it was other. I knew about the Night Riders. But yeah, it was, y'all. Our people, yeah, man, we got to learn this. I mean, it. Okay, after the war, there emerged a variety of vigilante groups, ball knobbers, and similar quasi-bandit, quasi-legitimate organizations that operated to keep the lid on social change and to attempt reinstatement of the proper subordinate relationship that had obtained between whites and blacks in the antebellum South. That's where the white people was over the black people, basically. There's not sufficient space to enable treatment in this volume of the legitimate involvement of blacks in the military establishment of the United States. There are accounts elsewhere of vigilante terrorism. See, for example, the selection in this volume on lynching in Omaha, Nebraska, or for another view, Griffin's film, Birth of a Nation. And I must stop and say, remember in the other book, Racial Violence in Kentucky, 1865 to 1940, the man, what was his name? Simmons. And I forgot the other part of his name. Remember, he had the vision about heaven, and there was white men on horses. It was his vision. It was his white. He revived the Ku Klux Klan because he had a vision of white men on horses riding in the sky, like a field in the sky. They were riding on horses, and it was like the shape of the United States. And you know, it was who else was riding in the fields on horses in the United States? There was the overseers. He seen slavery in heaven. So he revived the Ku Klux Klan because that was his vision. See? So, before I forget to tell y'all, you probably want to go past heaven. Keep going to the afterlife. Don't stop in heaven. Keep going to the afterlife, because that's where our ancestors at. But anyway, he had also seen, he had the vision after the lynching of Leo Frank. And then the Birth of a Nation had came out. And he had seen the Birth of a Nation. But the lynching of Leo Frank, I guess all of that, it must have culminated in his mind, you know, to do something else. Because he had failed at everything else he tried. Yeah, it said he was a minister. He tried to be a minister. He tried to do some other things, but it didn't work out. Oh, a medical doctor. He had some training, whatever that means. Like James Marion Sims. They claim the father of medicine. White folks do. And J. Marion Sims used to operate on black women with no anesthesia, no numbing agent or nothing. You know, he just cutting on them, digging it and scraping, and you know, and claimed that black women had a high tolerance of pain, and so they didn't need no anesthesia and stuff. And he would take this scalpel thing that was real sharp and curved, and he was just inserted into a newborn baby's skull to fix something because he said something was wrong with him, you know. So anyway, Simmons claimed that he had some medical doctorate, you know, some medical knowledge and stuff, but that didn't work out either. And then he had the vision after the lynching and the birth of a nation. He seen that. So he revived the Ku Klux Klan to protect white women and, you know, white virtue and white supremacy and all of that and stuff. Yeah, you know, just a bunch of foolishness. And you should have heard how he referred to himself. The invisible master of the invisible endlessness. The invisible eternity. Just, you know, and he had all these charms and stuff on, these embellishments. It wasn't awards. It was just like, you know, them little plastic embellishments that you'll put on, you know, and charms and bracelets, I guess. And what it seemed like to me. But yeah, after he saw this movie right here, Birth of a Nation, and we will watch Birth of a Nation. We're not saying when. We probably going to be in this era for a while, y'all. At least until we start reading together. And then maybe we'll be going a little bit faster, you know. And we can get through the hurt, the self-hate. And we can begin with our segments, our curriculums on, you know, building us, you know, and reestablishing us. But first, we got to get through this. You know, we can't jump over this and try to get to the healing, you know. I don't think it's important that we do know how we were kidnapped. I think so, but it's really not the priority. You know, we know we was. You know, we know our people was captured. You know, we don't understand how they told us everyone was captured in Africa, but they weren't. Everyone wasn't captured in Africa. You know, some of our people was already here. So some of us, America owed 2 checks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's another lie. Yeah. Okay, and then we had read about the ball novels and the quasi-legitimate organizations that operated to keep the lid on social change and to attempt reinstatement of the proper subordinate relationship that had ordained between whites and blacks in the antebellum South. There is not sufficient space to enable treatment in this volume of the legitimate involvement of blacks in the military establishment of the United States. There are accounts elsewhere of vigilante terrorism. See, for example, the selection in this volume on lynching in Omaha, Nebraska, or for another view, Griffith's film, Birth of a Nation. In the following sections, an attempt is made to convey some of the flavor of major disorders in the North that included anti-Black violence and to indicate some of the social causes of these disturbances. Let's see. New York's bloodiest week. The Negro population, numbering less than 15,000, suffered most of all. No Negro dared appear on the street. Small mobs are chasing isolated Negroes as hounds would chase a fox. Major Edward S. Sanford of the U.S. Military Telegraph Service wired Secretary of War Stanton. Many hotels, fearful of being attacked, displayed large signs. No niggers in back. Letting them know, ain't no niggers in the back. Because you know niggas had to be in the back, couldn't be in the front. You know how nowadays you see the big old plywood on the windows of the stores? Well, they had big old signs like that so that the mob could see it. That ain't no niggas here. Yep. Abraham Franklin, who supported himself and his mother as a coachman, managed to get his mother's house on managed to get to his mother's house on 7th Avenue to make sure she was safe. They talked a few minutes, then decided to pray together. A group of rioters bust open the door, beat Franklin, and hanged him before his mother's eyes. Peter Houston, Heuston, a 63-year-old Mohawk Indian and Army veteran of the Mexican War, was mistaken for a Negro and beaten to death near his home on Roosevelt Street, leaving an orphan daughter of 8. The mob's savagery to the Negro sprang from complex motivations: economic, social, and religious. Most of its members were Irish, comprising over half the city's foreign-born population of 400,000. Out of a total of about 814,000, the Irish were the main source of cheap labor, virtually its peon class. Desperately poor and lacking real roots in the community, they had the most to lose from the draft. Further, they were bitterly afraid that even cheaper Negro labor would flood the North if slavery ceased to exist. All the frustrations and prejudices the Irish suffered were brought to a boiling point by the draft. At pitiful wages, they had slaved on the railroads and the canals, had been herded into the most menial jobs as carters and stevedores. Many newspaper ads repeated the popular prejudice: no Irish need apply. An Irish domestic worker was lucky to earn $7 a month. Their crumbling frame tenements in areas like the 5 Points were the worst slums in the city. Already pressed to the wall, the Irish could logically view the draft as the final instrument of oppression by the rich. One worker wrote the Times, "We love our wives and children more than the rich because they got not much besides them, and we will not go to leave them at home for to starve." In an objective assessment of the Irish role in the riots, Harper's Weekly later pleaded that it be remembered that in the many wards of the city, the Irish were during the late riot staunch friends of law and order. Many loyal fire companies were made up of Irishmen. Irish priests opposed the riots at every step, one risking his life to succor Colonel Henry O'Brien as he was being beaten to death. Another persuading a mob not to burn Columbia College at 49th Street and Madison Avenue. Most important of all, a large segment of the Metropolitan Police was Irishmen who fought the mob with a bravery and devotion probably unequaled in police history. In the war itself, 4 New York Irish regiments made impressive records. A former Irish editor, Brigadier General Francis Thomas Meagher, Meagher, he commanded the Irish Brigade. The Irish distinguished themselves as Antietam, Antietam, and Fredericksburg, losing 471 wounded and dead in the later battle. Of 144,000 Irishmen in the Union Army, over 51,000 was from New York. But on that Monday afternoon, unfortunately, their pent-up hatred of the Negro exploded in its most savage form. Its object was the Orphan Asylum for Colored Children, a 4-story building on 5th Avenue and 43rd Street where 233 children were housed. What is this? What happened? Clamoring around the house like demons, as the Tribune described it, the mob burst the door with axes. Woo, woo, trying to get in the door. Kids was in there, though. The children knelt with Superintendent William E. Davis to pray. Then a long line of frightened boys and girls, 2 of them infants carried in teachers' arms, followed Davis out the rear door. The mob surged through the building, stripping it bare. Hundreds of beds were carried from the dormitory wing. Women and boys grabbed them and carted them down the avenue. A strange procession that one reporter estimated it ran for 10 blocks. How many was it? Carpets, desks, chairs, pictures, books, even the orphans' clothes was tossed out the windows to the waiting plunderers. Then the handsome building was set on fire. Fire Chief Decker and 2 engine companies responded to the call. Decker racing along into the building, struggling to extinguish the brands tossed by the mob. But riders followed him, setting new fires. Decker went back, accompanied by 6 of his men, and put them out again. This time, 24 riders grabbed him and would have beat him to death had not 10 firemen rushed to his rescue and warned that their chief would be taken only over their dead bodies. Frustrated, the mob were frustrated though. It said right there they were savages. It said right there, but on that Monday afternoon, unfortunately, their pent-up hatred of the Negro, exploded in its most savage form. There it is right there. They was the savage. Why they trying to say that black men are savages, super predators? Now this here was the savage. This was the savage. Now you can project that over there. And that over there can be, against everything that's good and prosperous for a productive life. But that don't mean it's the savage that this is. So see, white America, all the bullshit you done said and you done did, you is a lie. You a hypocrite. You insincere with black America. I don't think you can ever make it up. You better repent and you better repay, or it won't be no mercy on white America for what you've done. Frustrated. You frustrated. So the mob frustrated. They turned on the Negro kids. Frustrated, the mob turned suddenly on the Negro children, who huddled in a circle on the corner, watching their home go up in flames. The babies just standing there scared around each other, hugging each other, looking at their home. While all of the mob, the thugs, the gangs, take everything, just marching down the street like ants with a piece of bread on their shoulder. You know how the ants work together. And they get everything and go store it. That's how they looked at to them babies. White folks, all of them, taking everything. It just said it took everything. Even their clothes. Then all of a sudden, we the most gentle, peaceful, love you, love everybody. Oh, you got such a beautiful baby. Don't you touch our babies. Black America, we better step up and start getting our babies. If anybody got to get them, we need to get them. Let's read. Frustrated, the mob turned suddenly on the Negro children, who huddled in a circle on the corner watching their home go up in flames. 20 children were cut off from the main group. There is little doubt that many and perhaps all of these helpless children would have been murdered in cold blood. You know they would have. You know they would have murdered them babies. They wouldn't have just left them in there to burn up like the elderly man was talking about. Because the kids would have been running around and stuff. They would have just killed them and left them there. And that was the times. That's what the Times said. But a young Irishman on the edge of the crowd, Paddy McCaffrey, Paddy McCaffrey, Paddy McCaffrey, aided by two drivers from the 42nd Street Crosstown bus line and members of Engine Company number 18, surrounded the children and fought off the mob. I know them babies were scared. They lunging at them, trying to get them. Hitting them all upside the head, trying to get the babies. All down on the ground, trying to get between their legs so they can yank the baby through. Little bitty kids. White folks. White America. You want to be so peaceful, so loving. Trust us now. Trust us. When you ain't showed us a damn thing to trust you for. When they say right here, they literally had to fight you off to keep them babies safe. While rioters pelted them with stones, they managed to get the children to the 35th Precinct Station House. An hour later, the orphan asylum was a mess of charred rubble. Paddy McCaffrey's heroism was one more contradiction of the assumption that all Irishmen supported the rioters, because they didn't. Some people took on the legacy and the sincerity that John Brown and others like him had, because it is life to help stop slavery. It is pro-life to stand up and say it's wrong. We shouldn't be doing it. If you're going to do it to them, you'll do it to everyone. It ain't our fault. It's white America's fault. The self-hate ain't our fault. We was misled. The media had something to do with that. Mainstream media, you know how much we were fighting back. You know how much we were fighting back. But now you didn't tell us this. You were just telling white people, oh, it's going to be a lynching in 5 days. Going to be a lynching in 3 days. And then you go talk about it. Oh, they hung him up and they cut him up like he was a turkey. They riddled him with bullets and his feet just riddled in the air, being so graphic with it. White media was. Like it was a carnival, something to be so happy about. To just broadcast your evil demon ways. And then all of a sudden, oh, we can't be like that no more. We're going to have to stop it. You know, we won't be like that no more. We don't want nobody to even think about it. That's why this big, huge ban on books, ain't it? Is that why y'all got this ban on books? Everybody go get the ban on books. Go get the banned books. Go get the banned books and start your own library. We all finna read. Yep, finna read about everything white America done put in the books that they done did. Repent and repay. America, at least for a little bit of mercy that we can offer you. We can, suggest to the cosmos to give you a little bit of mercy. Because what you deserve is no mercy at all, white America. Not only for America, what you've done to our people in the Congo, in Africa, you don't deserve no mercy. All right, let's read. Oh, is that? Shit. I mean, yeah. Man. Peter Houston, a 63-year-old Mohawk Indian, an Army veteran of the Mexican War, was taken for a Negro and beaten to death near his home on Roosevelt Street, leaving an orphan daughter of 8. I think I was farther along than that. No, I wasn't. The mob savagery to the Negro sprang from complex motivations. Economic, social, and religious. Complex motivations. Economic, social, and religious. Man-made structures. That's what they are to me, man-made structures. Economic is a man-made structure. Social, man-made structure. Religious, man-made structure. They made it up, but they got a complex about it. Most of its members were Irish. Oh, we done read that, y'all. We done read that. Let me find out where we was at. We was at the children, wasn't we? Yeah, let me get back. We was at the children. Because, we don't want to go through that again and stuff. I'll try, not to repeat a lot of it, because it's going to be graphic to get through it as it is. Because we're going to get through it. We ain't got no other choice. I didn't say, hey, this is what we're going to do. Ancestors one told me how it was going to start. So, okay. Labor competition and the New York draft. And the New York draft riots of 1863. The New York draft riots of July 1863 had their origin largely in a fear of black labor competition, which possessed the city's Irish unskilled workers. The New York draft riots of July 1863 had their origin largely in a fear of black labor competition, which possessed the city's Irish unskilled workers. Upon emancipation, they believed, great numbers of Negroes would cross the Mason-Dixon line, underbid them in the northern labor market, and deprive them of jobs. Similar fears helped produce mass anti-Negro violence in World Wars I and II, and also in periods of acute labor shortage. The movement of Negro strikebreakers into the East St. Louis, Illinois area, for example, touched off the demonstrations which occurred there in July of 1917, while the upgrading of a few Negro employees signaled the start of the ugly Philadelphia transit strike of August 1944. But the New York draft disturbances remained the bloodiest race riots of American history. Police figures on deaths among the white rioters range from 1,200 to 1,500, and it is impossible to know how many bodies of Negro victims of the lynch mobs were borne away by the waters on either side of the Manhattan Island. Significantly, the Negro population of the metropolis dropped 20% between 1860 and 1865, declining from 12,472 to 9,945. Northern labor, and the Negro during the Civil War. When the registration of men for the draft began in the city on July the 12th, there was little evidence of opposition. But on the following morning, organized parties of men went from yard to yard, from shop to shop, to compel the workmen to leave their labor and join the several processions which were wending their way towards the corner of 3rd Avenue and 46th Street. What happened? Another report warned that the laborers of the city was preparing to resist the draft. On the next day, rioting began with attacks upon the military and upon the colored residents of the city. One observer felt that the fact that nearly all men drafted were laborers and mechanics added fuel to the flame. It seemed that the outbreak had some organization and planning and was not chance attacks by inflamed workers. It just wasn't chance attacks now. It just wasn't coincidence. Didn't just happen. It was reported that on the morning of July the 14th, a large number of respectable workmen and others were seen to assemble at certain specific spots. So they were seen to assemble at certain specific spots, and between 8 and 9 o'clock began moving along various avenues west of 5th Avenue towards their appointed place of general meeting. To do what? From the beginning, the rioters were chiefly working men. As the mobs formed, those composing them entered shops and forced the employers to release their workers under threat of destroying the shop if the demands were resisted. So it seemed like the mob is going down the street. Seems like it's a whole bunch of them, must be thousands of them. And they going down the street and they going in shops and stores and stuff, and they telling the bosses and stuff, release your workers now. We finna tear this motherfucker up. So the boss say, hey, everybody get out. Everybody go. And so the people go, and I guess they join with them. And they go to the next shop and tell them, let these people off from work. They coming with us. Or we gonna tear this motherfucker up. So that's what it said. They went from shop to shop. And that's what they was doing. You know, and they probably had a lot of stores, shops and stores and, you know, little flower centers and stuff like that. You know, but so it went from being working men to just regular people that were working. Because they was at work. They were regular people. Probably some shoppers was in the shops. They probably went too. They was all white folks. Y'all, we know where they were going. Let's read. The rioters on the first day were described as being composed of the employees of the several railroad companies, also the employees of Brown's Iron Factory on 41st Street, Cummins Street Contractor, and numerous manufacturers in the upper part of the city. That's mainly who it was on the first day. The rioters turned with great intensity against the colored people, even more than against the military officers and soldiers in the city who were aiding the Metropolitan Police in enforcing the draft law. As soon as the disturbance began, mobs threatened to burn the factories and the foundries, given as the reason that Negroes was employed in them. So we're going to burn them down. Some employers sought to forestall the rioters by discharging their colored workers. Well, I'm sorry, y'all got to go. It was a bad idea. You know, I got to save my business. So, you know, they, discharged them and stuff. And that still didn't mean nothing because they motherfucking ass would still be like, well, you shouldn't have did it and set it on fire anyway. Just anti-life. Anti-life. If you anti-life, can you ever? If you anti-life, I want to know, Black America. If you anti-life, because we reading about this together. We learned about all this together. If you anti-life, can you ever not be anti-life? How long do it take to become pro-life? How long do it take to be trusted with life, especially that black life? It's that life that brings your rage out. That life you can't stand. Black America. I mean, we can't see our life without them. Let's just talk and ask some questions. Let's just comment and critique. Since we got fair use, we can do this. I'm just asking. Ask me what you think. I tell you what I think. As soon as the disturbance began, mobs threatened to burn factories and foundries, given as the reason that Negroes was employed in them. Some employers sought to forestall the rioters by discharging their colored workers. You gotta go. And they didn't play around with it either. They just like, you got to go. Now get your stuff and get out. By the second day of the rioting, the anger of the mob seemed to be turned more and more against the Negro population of the city. More and more towards the Negro population of the city. The draft seemed to be forgotten. They done forgot all about the draft. They done forgot all about the draft, why they really was mad while we was here. It's like on site. It was like on site. I don't know if they seen each other, if white folks seen each other, and they just clicked. We got to get black folks. This black folks' fault. You know this ain't why we here for the draft, don't you? You know we still got to take care of that. What was it when they first seen a black person? They were like, oh, it's on site. How did that happen on site? How did it end up forgetting about the draft? And they said it right here. And now the target, the focus was black people. How? Black America. The police and a few soldiers aiding them were attacked. As a rule, only when they went to the aid of the helpless people of the color. They didn't mess with the police unless they went over there to help black people. Don't you go over there and help them. Just done slashed a poor black woman down. She just bleeding profusely. Don't you go over there and help her. We're going to get you too. The charge was made that the outbreak could not be attributed to anything else than sympathy with the rebels. The cry of the rioters was raised against nigger, abolition, black Republican, along with the denunciations of prominent members of the Republican Party. The Negroes of the city were hunted down, beaten, and killed with unbelievable ferocity. One of the city's newspapers reported that a perfect reign of terror exists in the quarters of this helpless people. And if the troubles which now agitate our city continue during the week, it is believed that not a single Negro will remain within the metropolitan limits. Other evidence indicated that when Negroes were caught by the rioters, they were hung up to lampposts or beaten, jumped on, kicked, and struck with iron bars and heavy wooden clubs. Not only were men attacked, but women and children felt the hands of the rioters. Homes were sacked and inmates driven to the streets. The sacking of the homes of Negroes, sacking, S-A-C-K-I-N-G. The sacking of the homes of Negroes was not only evidence of the anti-Negro spirit of the mob. Not only were they anti-life, they were anti-Negro. That's why they were anti-life. But was also a display of the desire for loot. As it happened, the riot, once underway, took curious turns. Oh, yeah. It was like, where y'all going and stuff? The hunt. The hunt was on. Just like dogs that's hunting, and you got the thing, you leading them. Letting them do what they do. You got them, though. But when you let the ring go and they just run, that's what it was like. They just running. That's why I said they took curious turns, because they didn't know. They were just sniffing and just running, rampaging, you know. Grog shops, stores, and the homes of the wealthy people was looted. The vicious attacks upon the Negroes drove them from the city by the thousands. Black people got the hell up out of there. These white motherfuckers losing their mind. It's time to go. And they got the hell up out of there. When nobody stand around for their motherfucking asses with that bullshit again. And did nobody see it coming? Hell, it started out about the draft. That's why the lady said that when she was 7 years old, and they burned down one of our Wall Streets, and all she could remember was being 7 years old, being scared. And she heard them say, her uncle them say, here come them people. And they were coming. White people was coming. Burnt the whole damn city down. Everything. Killing black folks. Black folks ran. Got the hell up out of there. And she was an elderly lady, just like that white man was. And that was her memory. She's still having nightmares. He talking about, oh, I can't sleep because of the baby I'm still seeing. Your ass shouldn't sleep until you go to sleep. And even then, that baby needs to be on your ass. To the 12th of never. The vicious attacks upon the Negroes drove them from the city by the thousands. By the time that thousands of soldiers had been brought into the city to restore order, over 3,000 colored people had been made homeless, and hundreds of others were lurking about the suburbs on Long Island and in the woods along the Harlem River. Just done lost our minds, just wandering around in shock, in motherfucking shock, over and over and over again, Black America. It seemed that they sought especially to escape their Irish persecutors. It was reported that many Negroes had fled to Hoboken, Hoboken, because that place has been a pretty safe refuge for them, as there are but few Irish living in that city. If the desire of the Irish was to intimidate the Negro workers of New York, they succeeded. By the third day of the riot, one observer stated that the Negroes have entirely disappeared from the docks. Many of them, it is said, have been killed and thrown into the river. Let's read. The Second Reconstruction and the beginnings of the Great Migration, 1878 to 1914. In the last decades of the 19th century, lynchings became an institutionalized mode of social control used against both whites and blacks in both the North and the South. Oh, now everybody finna be like white folks. Everybody, let's be like white. Finna be like white folks. Just said when it was 1878, the slaves had done walked off the plantation. They done stepped off the plantation. They not on them, they done physically stepped off the plantation. So now you got abolitionists that's against slavery. You know, a little bonding is happening, you know, a little progression and change might be happening just a little bit. Don't get it twisted. just a little. Things seem like, it might have a chance. It might, it's like a insect that's first, like the baby bird. And the baby bird just been born and it's still wet and stuff, and ain't even opened his eyes yet. And then when they finally do, it flap his little wings at maybe 1 or 2 times. That's how it was, a little flutter. But because it was still in the beginning, and it seemed like it could have had an opportunity if there was some sincerity. But see, it ain't never been no sincerity. Ever. So yeah, now everybody's thinking like the white man. Everybody. North and the South. Between 1882, the first year for which records are available, 1882, and the turn of the century, there was only 1 year in which fewer than 100 lynchings were recorded. Whoa, wait a minute. Let's read this again. Between 1882, that's the first year for which lynching records was available. So between 1882 and the turn of the century, there was only 1 year in which fewer than 100 lynchings was recorded. Within most years, there were more Negro victims than white. The selection by Guzman, Guzman, details instances of collective violence against individuals by year, race, state, and alleged cause for the period of 1882 to 1951. You mean, oh, well, okay, I'll digress. In the decade immediately preceding World War I, a pattern began to emerge in which white assault was no longer directed against individual victims, but against the Black community as a whole. These assaults, in which no distinction of the guilt or innocence of the victims were made, occurred in both the South and the North. In some instances, alleged crimes of individual Negroes was generalized to a categorization of a criminal Black community. In others, causation. In others, causation was considerably more complex and reflected political disputes among whites, as well as resentment against a growing Negro middle class. 2 such riots, one in Atlanta and one in Springfield, Illinois, are described in the other sections of this chapter. Let's see. The Atlanta Massacre. The Atlanta Massacre. Nothing but massacres. All these massacres. Just massacring bodies. Black bodies, just lynching them. The following article is from an educated Negro, a lifelong resident of Georgia, in whom, were it is safe to print his name, our readers would have every confidence. But it ain't safe to print his name, so they didn't. Atlanta, Georgia has again demonstrated that it is not a civilized community. Last Saturday, the Atlanta News, hard pressed for existence and competition with 2 other afternoon papers, felt called upon to print sensational charges of assault upon white women by Negroes. Not one of these charges has yet been proved, but the mere report was enough to call together all the white toughs in the city as soon as they had drawn their week's wages, and to give them license to set upon innocent and unsuspecting Blacks wherever found and butcher them upon the spot. Hold on here. Yeah, and to butcher them upon the spot. Yeah, that's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. Yeah, on site. Yeah, it only took one time. Sick them. That was it. One time. It was on. Yep. Why stay around? Why even be there? Why be around people like this? Does it ever change? Is it changed, Black America? We still scared somebody finna sick them? Well, Trump's sicking now. Trump is sicking now. Make America great again is this. This is make America great again. It ain't this. If it is this, it's because of this. This right here made this. Our ancestors wouldn't have had to do all of that. But what was done to them? They had to reach inside of them and grab everything that the cosmos gave them to survive the savagery that was done to them. They didn't have weapons. They was innocent. They didn't see half of it coming. Try to tell me to forgive and forget. Emmett Till is not sitting in heaven with no motherfucking Carolyn Bryant. Y'all a motherfucking lie. Don't be trapping my ancestors, our ancestors, with these motherfucking savages forever. Forever. For real, Black America. They've been trapped here on earth, skinned alive, burned, lynched. Poor Emmett Till was a baby when they did that to him. After slavery, after everything, still did it. Ain't been no remorse. Just waited for the opportunity to do it again. And then we want to think, oh, everybody, we forgive and we in heaven together. We ain't in heaven. You better go past heaven because our ancestors is in the afterlife. And in the afterlife, you can come back. And they coming back. Simon Toko said he coming back. He told you he coming back. He gonna be the first one to kick your ass. He gonna be the first one to kick y'all ass, Black America, for letting them motherfuckers change his whole image and put Cesare Borgia, what's his name, in his place. And he's sitting up there looking like, but his ass won't even look at the black babies. Won't even rescue the black babies. So, the assault upon a white woman. Not one of those charges hadn't even been proved. They just said it. It was the sickle. They just said it. So they said it. And then all of a sudden, all the tough whites, they got together. They said, they going looking for blacks. And they finna butcher them on the spot. They don't care who it is, what their age is, what they doing, where they going. They just finna cut them down on the spot. The cause of all this violence, by careful inquiry, I have traced to 4 sources, 1 remote and 3 immediately. The remote cause is the contest between Hoke Smith, Hoke, and Clark Howell for governor, in which both men openly declared that Negroes have no rights except those granted through suffrage by the white people. The 3, now that right there was the The remote cause. Yeah. And this right here is the 3 immediate causes. Number 1 is there was circulated by the Atlanta newspapers, the news and the Georgian especially. They main newspapers, I guess. The report that 5 assaults had occurred in 1 week and an additional one on Saturday, not one of which charges had been proved. Because it said in the other book, as soon as something like that is said, it's immediately. They jump on it. They don't even care if they got the Negro, the black man that they said did it, as long as they get a black man. It's been many times where the black man that was guilty or he wasn't guilty, but they couldn't get him because he either escaped or the police took him somewhere else. So what they would do was go get some other black man. And a lot of times the white women would say, oh, yeah, it was him. And it wasn't him because she didn't even care that the real one, the one that did it, if it was done, was still out there where he could do it again. He wasn't being held accountable for doing it to her. But see, it was all just the craving for the black body. That's all it was, the blood. So yeah, those 2 newspapers, that's what they did and stuff. So they put the word out there. So number 2 is there's a sharp struggle for existence among 3 evening papers, which feel called upon to use any measures whatsoever to attract readers among a population that can be best attracted by abuse of the Negro. See, everybody knew, and they competing against each other. And everybody knew the way to get the most people, readers to their newspaper is to, document the abuse of the Negro. That's what they did. That was their excitement. That was their entertainment. So the 3 newspapers, prosperity. So the 3 newspapers would try to tell the most. Remember earlier when we said it was like a carnival, and everybody was happy and gay and, and laughing and the black body was there and was being, ate on and burned and just desecrated and stuff, but they act like it was a carnival, like it was a real carnival, we is at the carnival. And, and at the carnival, you smell the food and the games and stuff, and you don't hardly hear nobody sad or fighting or mad at the carnival unless they drunk or some babies. But, overall, everybody having fun. Well, that's how it was with white folks with lynchings. They kind of seemed like, hey, this is fun. We're all together. Like, that's what they do. Like, this not a human thing we're doing here. We're all together, and it's not a human thing that we're doing here. No, this is not what that is. And every time white folks got together for a lynching, it was that same attitude, that same togetherness, that made it so surreal. Like, wow, is these really people? So what kind of man is mankind? You are kind of man, but what kind of man are you? See, Black America, we got to start thinking. We got to start asking ourselves these questions. Because now, we might have been a fool to keep trusting white America, but we ain't no motherfucking dummies, see. Now, the fear is a whole nother thing that's, that's keeping us. We don't want to face it and stuff. But once we face that, baby, because look, this right here is who in you. Yeah, this right here is where you come from. So all that fear because, you can get out there and you can kill somebody. Anybody can kill somebody. You got the same power in your hands, in your feet, that if you fuck your mind up, like white folks done fucked everybody's mind up, you could go out there and do the same thing that white people did. So really, see, it ain't nothing that somebody can do to you, Black America, that you can't do back. It ain't like they ask and slap the shit out of you and then fly up in the air, then levitate. No, because when they slap the shit out of you, you slap the shit out of them back. So it ain't no need for fear. Ain't no need for fear. And where you come from, you the parent of all these people, Black America. You don't even have a beginning. We don't know when cosmic energy manifested you. White folks don't know. White folks do not know when cosmic energy manifested you, Black man, Black woman. They ain't even telling you that cosmic energy manifested you. And it's right there in the books and stuff that the Black man, the Black woman is the first being on earth. What do you think that means? The Big Bang? Big Bang of what? From who? Big Bang of what? From who? Oh, see all of these riddles and stuff. You're in a new awakening. Black America, let's read. We're in a new awakening. And the third is there is an increasing number of educated and prosperous Negroes whose business and whose success are an eyesore to some of the whites, who can in no peaceable way prevent that progress. As the facts here will show, white folks couldn't stand it. That's just like in Red Summer. Joe Ruffin had his cars, had his land. His sons was prosperous and stuff, you know, in their skills and stuff. White folks couldn't stand it. No, when white folks see a Black man with a car, especially a Cadillac, oh, my ancestors. This book, I think in this book right here, it said it was the penis envy. Talking about the cock. It was the penis envy. I don't know how they associate the car with the cock. I guess because it's driving in the middle of the night. But Black people ain't driving their cars in the middle of the night during that time, you know, if they had a car. Because they know white folks is out there. Now, during the daytime and stuff, you know, they go for rides through the country and stuff like that. But at nighttime, Black folk cars probably be at home. So I really don't get, you know, how they see the car as the sign of the cock, the penis envy. We'll have to look that up, I guess. Gotta be some truth to it. What a lie. We ain't found now yet. Yeah, it's right there in the book, in this book. So yeah, you know, we'll just expand on it. But yeah, we ain't gonna doubt it though. Yeah. And so this finish short right here. The facts about the most aggravating case of assault I have found to be as follows. A Negro whose purpose was unknown was seen in the yard of a white woman. She drove him away with abusive language without asking him about his mission. Just get your ass out of here, Negro. You ain't supposed to be. I'm going to call my husband. He's going to do your ass like we always do. Y'all get out of my yard. Scaring him and stuff, you know, threatening him. The Negro again returned. He came back for something. And the woman again began to call him foul names and to scream and to cry that the Negro was attempting to assault her. When she know what's going to happen, a mob at once assembled. And before they had well got together, all the evening papers, the news and the Georgian, especially, again, you know, they were the main newspapers, I guess. They were circulating extras, honey. Extra, you know, extra, read all about it. Honey, they opened the presses up, the print. It was time to go to work. A black man done hurt a white woman. It's time to work. They were like, it's time to go to work. You know, like on the firefighters and stuff. Yeah, it is. I need some more tea. You know how when the fire they got to get in the truck and stuff, and they got that ding ding, and then firefighter, they come from wherever they at in the firehouse, and they all get to the fire truck. That's how it was. They all just went out, just came out the woodwork. Extra, extra, read all about it. It's fucked up. So they were circulating the extra extras under the glaring headlines, another assault. Everybody knew who they were talking about, white women. Because it was the assault on white women, see, that was the sick'em. The assault on white women was the sick'em. Whether it was true or not, whether she made it up, whether it was a white man and she just lied and said it was a black man, even if the white woman and the black man was in a relationship, even if they were seeing each other. Yeah, they killed the white woman sometime, beat her ass. Yep, would beat her, blind her and break bones and stuff, and teach her a lesson. Don't you ever do it. But sometimes they killed the white woman too for doing it. Yeah. So I ask you, Black America, what's savage? What's savage? Now, we got some weaklings now, and they got some strength to them. But, honey, they ain't nothing like this savage right here. Don't you be misled no more, Black America. We got to take charge of us. We the first teachers of our babies. We are the first teachers of our baby, and we need to be the last. The only teacher, if you ask me. Ain't nobody got no business teaching our children nothing. Because they ain't teaching them right. Then they got another assault. That's all they got to say, another assault. Then separate and extra editions of the news appeared hourly until dark, saying another assault, another assault, another assault every hour. It seemed only necessary for a white woman to see a Negro meeting her in the same street or looking at her on her front porch to make her cry out assault. Just to look at her motherfucking ass. She feel assault, and here they come. Here they come. But now today, oh, honey, her ass want to be so black. Yes, honey. Ooh, baby. Until the time come where you got to show yourself whose side is you on. Then we going to see who really been sincere. When white America come down on everybody with this bullshit again. See, when history repeats itself again and white America come down on everybody again about this, then we going to see who going to be leaving their kids, their husbands, and say, oh, I'm sorry, baby. I love you. You know I love you and our kids. And I got to go back. Over with Karen. And I just want you to take care of the babies. Take care of the babies. Your family, your sisters, they'll treat them right. No, they belong with you. They belong with you, with black people. My people will hurt them if I take them with me. Tell the truth. Tell us the truth. Don't you set us up and everybody help. Don't y'all help them set us up so we can be slaughtered again. Because if you do, you finna have more blood on your hands than you already got. Ain't nobody finna escape this. Another assault. That's all you gotta do, assault. That is the evidence that drove the editors mad and made them advocate the gathering of a mob to murder peaceable Negroes. That's all it took. That is the evidence that drove the editors mad. The editors. That's like what they waiting on. All the editors of the newspaper. Any other thing. Bird fell out the tree. It was a 3-car accident. Such and such happened. The town's award. The key to the town. They don't want to hear about nothing. They don't make them think good thoughts of, of getting readers and stuff. But a black man done did something wrong. White woman being lynched. Oh, yeah, that's what we've been waiting on. We've been needing this. Yes, let's go to the print. That's what it was like. That's what white media do. And they still doing it, Black America. So when y'all looking at your white media, I want you to ask yourself, damn, is it them? Yeah, it's them. Yeah, peaceable Negroes. See, it even said right here. Advocate the gathering of a mob to murder peaceable Negroes. Always been peaceful. We always been peaceful. Now, shh. It is coming out little by little that the whole affair was planned. A Negro lad, the driver of a laundry wagon, told me that his employer said to him Saturday morning, "Well, Sammy, we're going to kill all the niggers tonight." Yeah, white America. For all the motherfucking love, all the motherfucking pretense. So matter of fact. So matter of fact. I can't imagine. Well, Sammy, we are going to kill all the niggers tonight. The most horrible exhibition of savagery was in the treatment of Negro passengers on the streetcars as often as they came into the public square. Negro men, women, and children were beaten unmercifully. Even the Negro barbers was dragged out of their shops while they were shaving white men. They were beaten and their shops demolished. One of the finest shops in the whole country had the glass front smashed because the owner was colored. It is believed that this violence upon the barbers was done by white barbers who were members of the mob and who had been unable to cope successfully in Atlanta in competition with Negro barbers. They used the mob as a cover to destroy their competitors. Oh, coward ass motherfuckers. White America. Show yourself. Yeah. Woo-wee. A hardware store and a pawn shop were broken into by the mob. Oh, the mob done broke into the hardware store and the pawn shop. And all the revolvers, all the ammunition was taken, but none of the stores would sell weapons to the Negroes so they can protect themselves, so our people can at least have some protection. They know what they people was like. They know they was nothing but clanimals. They know the slavering and the fiending that they go through, that they do when they on the hunt, but they wouldn't give us no protection. They wouldn't even sell us no protection. Weren't they mad? Weren't they pissed? You motherfuckers done broke up in here and stole our merchandise so you can go commit some crimes. But see, they stick together. White America stuck together. Those white shop owners and pawn shop owners, hardware owners, stores and stuff, they still said, no, we still on their side. We still on our people's side. Babies, children, old people, black people, innocent people, unarmed people. And they still said, no, we're on our people's side. You're going to have to just flee. You're going to have to just flee the best you can. Now, all of a sudden, we can't even see our life without America. The brainwashing is a motherfucker. Indoctrination. Black America, you better wake up, honey. Yeah, don't you let this happen again. Don't you sit your ass down and sleep through the apocalypse. Black America, don't sleep through the motherfucking apocalypse. Wake your ass up and gonna be back in slavery again. I'm just saying, yeah. Some shit looked shady to me. It looked like a setup. Everybody ain't led you here, Black America, for nothing. Everybody in the world, everybody in America, we're going to keep it to America. In the world, really, because you know what it's like over there more than I do. Y'all know what's going on in the rest of the world. Yeah, everybody know. But Black Americans don't know nothing. Very few. Like we said earlier, those that was in well-educated schools. But on the whole, try to treat us like a motherfucking fool. A Negro fled a fruit house kept by the Greeks. And when the Greeks attempted to defend their store against the mob, oh, honey, it was straight away demolished. And the fruit was taken. They took all the fruit and demolished everything else. A stable owner, with his revolver in his hand, defied the mob to break open his door and take his horses to chase Negroes to the suburbs. This only shows what one policeman might have done. They ass ain't done nothing. They ass didn't do nothing. Where were the policemen? That is what all Negroes asked at first. But when the blue coats began to halt them on back streets, arrest them upon state charges for carrying concealed weapons, it became plain that the policemen were not interested in quelling the mob. When one was seen in the crowd, he made no effort to use his club or his gun to rescue a prisoner. One of the newspaper confesses that on Peachtree Street, in the heart of the city where the mob gathered, only one policeman could be seen. And of course, he was doing nothing with such a mob. He could do nothing with such a mob. He couldn't do nothing with them. He knew all of them. He didn't want to tell them what to do. They were telling his ass, Peter, you better stop. Peter, you know what, Peter. He better not say, over my dead body. Remember what happened in the book, in the other book, and the sheriff was trying to stop the white people from taking the prisoner. You know, all the white people was out in front of the jail. Give him here. We want that nigga. We're here for him. You hand him over, we'll destroy everything. And the sheriff, some of them did. Some of them were like, well, here he is. Give him the key. Some of them took the key and went in, locked themselves in the other room. And it's like the mob, like, yeah, right. And got their battering ram and just bam the door open. And like, for real, you gonna get the key and go and lock yourself in the cell. So, you know, but the one sheriff got on top of the car Because, honey, it was thousands of white people there. They wanted that black man out of that jailhouse. And the sheriff, he got on the car and he said, you're not getting him. And the white people were down. I could see it. The white people were down. He was standing on the car. The white people was around the car. They was shaking the car and stuff, you know, and they was telling him, we want him. We want the nigger. Give him up. Give him up. We're going to destroy everything. Give him up. We want him now. And he was looking down at the people and he was telling them, no, you're not getting him. The crime that he committed, if he's found guilty, he will be convicted. He will have consequences for his crime. And they holler, no, we don't want that. We want him. We want him. We will give out the punishment. And it went on and on like that, honey. And don't you know that sheriff said, over my dead body. And them white folks grabbed him by the ankle, honey, and whooped him down, baby, because as soon as he said that, it was a wrap. It's finna be over your dead body. And they dragged that sheriff down that car, honey, and he just went plopping all down and stuff, hit the concrete. They drug his ass over to the light pole, the white sheriff, and strung his ass up on that light pole, honey. I think it was another black man that was there to say that to protect the prisoner, because black people were there to protect the prisoner. But the mob would come in like 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 deep, you know. So they had him and they were finna string him up. And the black man that was there to help protect, he did something. I don't know if he cut the cord, cut the rope or something like that, but he helped free him and they took him to the hospital and stuff. But honey, woo-wee, they were like sick 'em. It was just like somebody said sick 'em. Because when he hollered out over my dead body, they were, what? It was like, oh, then we can get him. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Well, where were the conservative good white people? What were the white people that cared? The white people say they fair. They Christians. They don't believe in violence and stuff. They believe that everyone is fair and equal. Where was they at? It was their husbands. It was their brothers. It was their sons and cousins. That is not a question anyone would ask when he knows that 10 of the leading white pulpits in Atlanta are vacant because the pastors of moral courage have either been driven away or will not come to stifle their conscience in such service. On Sunday morning, only one pastor stood up positively for law and order, according to statements published in the Atlanta Constitution, and that one was a Catholic bishop. All the others said what you might expect. What will be the outcome of all this? That is more a question for the white people, North and South, than it is for Negroes. It certainly is not going to make the lawless element of whites, who are very much in the majority in Georgia, disposed to hate the Negro less when he beats them in competition. Because black people always dominate everything. The parent people always dominate anything that's natural, that's human, anything that's pro-life. White folks might dominate man-made shit. Benjamin Banneker built a city. They might build tall buildings, you know. We can do that too. Anybody can build a tall building if you know how to build a building. But, you know, I'm just saying. It's the difference. And white folks know. White America know. We're not going to go through this whole book now acting like white America don't know. And when they tell you, don't be listening to Faces divide, and we all got to be one now. You tell they motherfucking asses they need to repent and repay. They need to come and listen. Everybody need to be doing their lessons. They people been telling about this for decades now. White folks should have been no learn. They just never wanted to learn and change because they didn't think Black America would learn. They never thought Black America would wake up again. Again, Black America. How they put us to sleep the first time? Fear. Fear. White America gonna be uncomfortable. Then we're gonna have to. Then what? That is what all the Negroes asked at first. What was the police? And then what was the good white people at? The people that's supposed to be there. The police, the good white people. Where the good pastors at? Ain't there some good white pastors that can come and tell white people, hey, we're of Christ. We're not supposed to be killing and slobbing like this over the flesh of a fellow human. Where was the people that's supposed to have some type of empathy and thoughtfulness, for life, even if it's a bird's life, which we know, to them and stuff, a dog's life was more than a black life. So, it's just Black America. But that one pastor, he stood up positively. He was a Catholic bishop. And that was more of a question for white people, North and South, than it is for Negroes. It certainly is not going to make the lawless elements of whites, who are very much in the majority in Georgia, disposed to hate the Negro less when he beats them in competition, as in the case of the barbers. It certainly is not going to frighten the Negroes, who are actually bad, and it certainly is not going to make the great majority of Negroes, who are honest, law-abiding folk, assume the responsibility of chasing down every one of their number who is merely accused by some malicious, frightened white woman, or any more than a report of theft is going to make the honest bankers of New York close their doors to hunt down absconding cashiers because they happen to be of the same race. All that Christian piety, Piety, in humble homes, and all that honest labor and forbearance, and all that teaching and preaching can do has been done. All that can do, it's been done. Ain't no need to keep on doing it, because it ain't going to do nothing else. It can't. It's been done out, Black America. That's what it's saying. It's been done out. And it has been done by the better element of Negroes to help their fellows. And if the white people of the South are going to expect Negroes to cooperate in catching Negroes accused of crime or actual criminals, when experience proves every day that such persons have no hope in the world of a fair trial, then the white people are doomed to disappointment. Peace and power to the people. Well, y'all talk to each other.